Welcome to another sensual and steamy and tantalizing episode of Love Hour. Tonight will be a little bit different from most nights. Tonight is ladies' night, which means that all of you boys can just go ahead and get out of here. Go on. Shoo. Alright, good? Alright, great. Okay, now I'm just with all my girlfriends. Okay, tonight is just going to be a humongous night. First off, I'd like to say that none of these tips will work on me. I've read all the books, I know all the secrets. And second off, we're going to be doing 5 different tips on how to impress that lucky guy out there. So, in order to show you the first tip, I'm going to have to get out of these clothes, if you'll just excuse me for a moment. Hey everyone, welcome to Love Labs, which is actually just this black sheet over this door. Anyways, you might notice that I am completely decked out in red. And this is because scientifically it is proven that men love the color red and are very aroused by a woman that would wear this. So anyways, you can see that I got on my red cape, my red shirt, my red pair of pants, my red hat, just as much red as possible. I also have this red backpack, which is filled with all sorts of red things, like this red pair of underpants and this red pin. Oh, and I've also got this red helmet. I guess you could just bring this sort of stuff out at parties. But anyways, as I always say, the more red, the better. Now let us move on to tip number 2, which might be a little bit more rewarding. Tip number 2, reward and punishment. If it's one thing that men love, it's food. So whenever, you should probably try and train your guy. For instance, if your guy does a good job, simply, give him a little corn chip or whatever this thing is. Like maybe if he, takes out the garbage or he cleans up the bed, whatever it is, simply reward him with a corn chip. And if he does bad, just give him a little slap, give some negative encouragement. You can condition your man to behave in the exact way in which you wish him to behave. Speaking of violence, let's move on to tip number 3, sorry. Okay. It has scientifically been proven that men love it when women stroke their neck. So I would just suggest that in the middle of the conversation, just simply grab hold of your boyfriend or person that you're interested in's neck and just hold down and just be like, I don't know, find a place in the conversation to fit this in. Maybe be like, oh, you're so funny, I can just choke the life out of you, or something like that. Anyways, it'll get a great big laugh, I assure you. Anyways, with that said, moving on into tip number 4, let's get a little less violent. Tip number 4. If you know where the boy you are interested in works, or where he lives, or at his desk at school, leave him a note with the words, "Please go to the steps of the library, wherever. There's something special there for you." He will arrive at the destination and you can just leave a box of candy or whatever, and just continue leaving these messages, and then finally just reveal yourself to him. And, just make it interesting, Let him have to hunt for you, is the basic idea. Anyways, moving on to the final tip, which I think is by far the most important. Tip number 5. If all else fails, you can try to hypnotize your man to your will. And you can do this 2 ways. 1, you can hypnotize him to fall in love with you. And 2, you can hypnotize yourself to forget that man's existence. I've actually done this a lot with girls that I like. I'll just hypnotize myself to forget they ever even existed. At least I think that I hypnotized myself. I don't actually remember. Anyways, what you're going to want to do is get them into a dimly lit room. Just have them lay down on the couch and just relax. Place a little bit of soothing music. You are in a forest. The birds are chirping. The water's running against your feet. The sun is in your face. The wind blowing through your hair. You will be my boyfriend. You will be my boyfriend. And then when he's at complete rest, you just grab his head and push it down like that. So anyways, that's how you do it. Then he'll be completely under your control. You'll be able to bend him towards your will. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video by doing some hypnotizing of my own. You will like and subscribe. You will like and subscribe. And